I want to try and use this one here. That's like one of the worst situations to be in. Two knights perfectly synced, by the way, doing back to back. Like alternating their attacks. It's like you're playing against co-op. Team of co-op AI. Like, feels like it's impossible to do anything sometimes, huh? Be very tanky with this. Very tanky, and you've got good things to deal with it. One of them where, kind of, against ads you're going to be pretty unkillable. Because you're quite tanky, obviously you got the barrier stuff as well. I mean, you're using barrier on kill with this, so it's not like crazy, but it's still good. Obviously against ads it's really good, but yeah, I mean, with this rot wheel you're just kind of unstoppable really. You're just constantly rolling over the enemies, there's nothing they can really do. If they're all grouped up in front of you, you know, it's going to hit them multiple times. And you just stick with it when you're fighting ads, and if they follow you, you just follow along this, and then you'll have enough focus back with this build. So this doesn't abuse the focus on fatality, which is probably the second best enchantment in the game, where you can get like 50 80 focus back when you boost it, exalt it with gems and stuff, which is nuts. And the best stat in the game, which is on blue helmets, which is focus cost reduced on rune attack. You can get that to like 70-80%, which is absolutely bananas as well. What does that mean? Well, what you can do is I have a cost here of 100 for the rot wheel. If I set this up the other way, I could make this rot wheel potentially cost 20, 30. When I kill somebody, I'll generate 70, 80. So I could just be spamming this rot wheel if I did that. But I thought, let's do a more legit way of building it and let's do it properly. And so I've gone for just normal focus game using stamina abilities. So it's a bit of a melee mage this. Melee is really strong. It's the quickest way to generate focus is melee if you can get in range. But then you've got the ranged attacks as well, which are really, really strong. They hit really hard. 700 damage on a crit. Nothing to really just look down on, actually. It's really, really strong. You could just play like this if you wanted to do that. And build into the basic attack. You could do that. And the way that works is I've got the damage here based on durability, just to boost it a bit. Now you could, this isn't always the best, but what you could do is damage large enemies. That could be really good for this, because it would give you more damage. But I've done this just for overall damage. But yeah, damage to large enemies would be good as well. Festering is very, very good to get. Is it essential? Probably, because it's my only source of lifesteal, so it's pretty important. But you could enchant your weapon, obviously, so yeah, you don't necessarily need to get the faster, but it's the quality of life thing, really. But you could use the enchant on the rune slot instead if you want to do that. In terms of the runes, rot wheel's really good. Plague Explosion is pretty good. I think rot wheel's the main one though. But Plague Explosion is this one, which is like Fire Blast, Lightning Blast, but it costs 100. So this is what I think Fire Blast and Lightning Blast should cost. But it does this. The difference is it does that and leaves this on the floor. And this will do extra damage. I think you can do 3 hits. But rot wheel is better in many ways if you can land it. It's just harder to land, so you've got to predict where the Aconite's going. This is actually really good as well. I haven't used this, but this hits really hard. I might do a couple of runs with it, but Plague Sweep. It's really, really hard. If you land that, it can land for 1.5k with this setup, which is crazy because it only costs 25. Crazy DPS. Now, I said you could do an attack speed version of this if you wanted to play more of a melee style. If you want to play like me, which is a mix of melee and ranged, do this. It's more efficient. Really, with the stamina and focus gain, this is just more efficient. For getting the focus back and stuff, so yeah. You know, if you're spamming this and doing half the damage, you're not really going to kill anything. So that's why you really want that for the attack speed on this, to build your focus up. And then you can get your rot wheels off and just keep spamming melees, right? So that is something I might try as well. But that explains kind of how it works, right? The shield, same as the spear build, I'm just running it for the lifesteal. So yeah, it's pretty nice there. Lifesteal and the other boosters in stamina and resist is pretty nice. It's all low life again, so we're boosting the crit chance. Got crit chance on 1 there, and 2 here. So 2 with crit chance because the one does base 40%, right? So you're gonna need these 2, and then we get up to like 80%. 90% crit chance here. Armor pen, I've got on 3. 1, 2, 3. Plague, I've got on 2. Oh no, 1, 2, 3 actually. So Plague on 3 as well. Then I've got the healing here to boost the healing. Max life reduced on 2 armor pieces. Why is that? Well, that's because this one doubles. It's going to be 34%. This one is just not doubled, so it just adds 19% on, so 53%. Because I'm running stamina recovery here. So I've got stamina recovery here in the gem slot. And that allows me to not have to run the low life ring and run these 3 rings, which are really important. You need this move speed on these 2. And this rune damage is obviously a no-brainer. So you want to do that as well. I actually did run the focus ring instead of this ring, and I think it wasn't as good. I had more focus, yes, but this is better. It gives you extra speed running around, which I think is really important. And the stamina cost on this just goes down a lot. You can get 4 of these off then pretty nicely, which makes a massive difference on the bosses. So definitely run these 3 rings, I would say. These 2 at least make it play well because of the extra speed. You're not getting any move speed on the items, and there's a good reason for that, right? You've got focus gain on the chest, so that's really good. Stamina regen reduced though. But here I'm running focus gain on durability with durability in 2 slots. So I've got 356 durability. This is 36% because of the gem. So 36% of 350 is around about 120, isn't it? Something like that. So I get 120% focus gain boost here, plus this 270% focus gain. So I get massive focus gain when I hit stuff. That's how it works, right? Now, if they take away the durability stuff, maybe the durability faster gets removed or something, you could still run, you know, get to 200, you could get to 200 focus gain quite easily, really. And it would still function just as well, really. But it is nice to have that much focus gain, I would say. Does make it feel well. And then here, obviously, got the stamina regen, going fully into it here to get it to 61. But I think if you get to about 43, 44 plus stamina regen, this will function pretty much the same. When you start getting to 40 and below, that's when you notice it's quite slow, but 44, 43 plus is when I notice it's very good. So, yeah, it's very good to get the triple stamina recovery thing here with the 2 durables and 1 stamina recovery stacked together. Very, very good with this gem. Yeah, allows you to play both, really. LA ranged very, very nicely. So I would highly recommend that. Heavy roll here because, again, we don't want to waste points on a quick load, because if we do that, we can't set this up properly. So we want to keep heavy roll. We want to dodge roll against bosses, but everything else just kind of run around, kite it, tank some hits. The chest, you get the barrier boost to boost your barrier here, just to make you super invincible, but you don't need it really. It's kind of a bit overkill. I got 3 to land, I think, on barrier on kill here, but it should be fine if you don't run it here. And then, apart from that, really, in the gear, that kind of explains the gear a bit, focus gain, stamina recovery. Gem here is not low life, just so we don't double it up, which frees up the ring slot, so we don't have to run the low life ring. And we get the bonus of these 2, speed and damage here. So that's how that works. Stats-wise, it's really important to get to 300 life, I think, because that is what your shield is based off. And you are going to get your health halved as well. Stamina, again, you need to be about 80 minimum. So these are, I think, are pretty solid. Do not go below this on these, or you might be struggling on bosses. Ads, you won't have any problem. You could go to 200 health against ads, you'd be fine. But bosses, you need to be 300. Damage-wise, 45 plus, I think would be okay. You could put more into focus and drop a bit of damage if you wanted to do that. No problem. Something I might do as well. Might drop like 3 or 4 here. Get to 350 focus, I think it'd make a nice difference. I think these are pretty solid though. You don't want to change this too much. The only 2 I'd change is these 2. If you're going to change anything, these are the 2 that you'd want to change, I think. But apart from that, I think this functions really nicely. If you want to play that kind of melee mage feel, be quite tanky while doing it, you will enjoy this build a lot. It's very fun, and you could use a 2-handed staff as well. But yes, pretty unique build, and I've enjoyed doing it. I don't think there's anything else really that I've missed. Yeah, attack speed version of this you could do, but I think that about covers all the basics of it. I'll do a planner again for this, and yeah, if you have any questions, just post below. But feel free to tinker a bit if you want to do that. It's no problem, but I just think it's pretty solid with this setup. The only thing I might do is remove this durable here and put move speed on in the pants, and do attack speed in the wand instead of damage. That could be nice to try. I might try that. Yep. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Appreciate it.